been working for the Forest Service and Fire since the late 90s, but I did take a detour to research. So I think that background has brought to me more awareness and more understanding of some of the underlying principles that we're trying to employ here on the forest. Our strategy on the forest is to utilize first principles and the places where science tells us that we have the greatest chance of making a difference, and that's in a place just like this.
The goal of these treatments that we're doing, whether they're ecological restoration or fuel reduction treatments, is so that these forests, when they do experience wildfire, still have a seed source afterwards. When fires burn through, they can do the natural things they did in the past rather than creating catastrophic, uncharacteristic outcomes.
We get a lot of visitors here, and then with visitors comes, the potential for wildfire and human starts and even natural ignition. So it's identified as an area that needs this work to protect both the community and then the recreational infrastructure of the national forest. Just to the south of here is the Poudre watershed, and that's one of the reasons why we enact some of these projects, to protect the watershed and to protect the downflow communities and businesses.
These forests, when they were under an intact fire regime, were lower density. They were dominated by ponderosa pine, and then they had this really cool spatial structure of single trees, groups of trees, and then treeless open ends. And so this was a mosaic in a stand and across the landscape. They had different age classes, and so there were a lot of different sizes in these forests. It's like forest forensics, right? You take tree cores, you can measure how big that tree was, and then recreate that stand structure based on those techniques. We use this tool to core a live tree. Then we take them, we sand them down so that we can then put this under a microscope and measure the rings and be able to cross-date them. You can see in 1622 there's this damage to this tree, and that's a fire scar. Another one in 1764, another one in 1727, 1796, another one in 1880, and then this thing died in 2000, most likely due to a beetle kill. We're trying to maintain seed source and all the other ecological functions that our forests give us, as well as help protect communities and infrastructure.
Projects this size, they do make a good anchor point for our firefighters. We are able to get people safely in place here to initiate tactical operations when it comes to suppression. So there is a very distinct benefit when it comes to safety of firefighters, no matter the size of the project. These aren't standalone projects. They will not stop a wildfire in its tracks just by existing or being treated. They do need to have some follow-up tactical suppression operations to make things work to stop a wildfire. We're standing on the south side of the Magic Feather prescribed burn in a unit adjacent to the Ben Delator Scout Ranch that are partners in this prescribed burn. Magic Feather burn encompasses a larger ribbon of treatments that extend from the Wyoming border down to I-70 corridor just west of Denver. And so it's just a linkage of projects we've burned since I got here in 2005.
Fire starts from the surface up. So the combustion of the surface fuels produces the energy required to ignite the ladder fuels, which together produces the energy required to ignite the canopy fuels. So it's a stepped process, but it all starts at the surface fuels. If you don't have the surface fuels, then crown fire becomes impossible. So if you really want to change fire behavior in one location, it's right here. If you decrease the amount and continuity of this material, it will prevent the canopy fuels from igniting. That's just the physical reality.
Trees grow, fuels accumulate, and so this is the first step into creating landscapes that are more resilient to wildfires and other disturbances. Oftentimes, we need a combination of treatments, not just mechanical, but we need that fire component. And while the mechanical can reduce the densities of the trees and pick which trees you want in and out. It doesn't deal with the issue of the surface fuel accumulation. It's key to treat your surface fuels because that is where a lot of the intensity of the fire is coming from.
We had really good results as far as consumption and reducing ladder fuels in this particular area of the burn. Coming back to a unit like this may take as little as 10 years. We may not return back to a unit like this in 50 years. It just depends on how the area regenerates and how it recovers. It's just really good science that have brought us to that point, realizing that we can take more material and make the landscape look how it should have looked 100 or so years ago.